judged strictly off of looks instead of the content of a person's character. Like, say for instance, if you saw me out in public with a girl like this, you might say I have standards. But the thing that you don't know is, I gotta wake up to this, nigga, god damn. But look, see, does that make my standards any lower? Now that what if I find this more attractive? What if this girl had the absolute best personality I've ever encountered in my life? Who are you to say that I have low standards just because of how she looks? Nigga, I know my girl be going through it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm ugly as shit, nigga. I ain't going front. I know she lowered her standards just to be with me. Because, nigga, like, before she got with me, the niggas that she posted as her man crush Mondays were Usher and Trey Songz. And then she settled for this. Nigga, you know damn well she lowered her standards for me. Nigga, I'm ugly as a motherfucker. Nah, but in all seriousness though, this is the reason why a lot of content creators don't post their significant others, because they're going to be judged just like I'm Dante and his wife. We're not going to find the same things attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance with me, I'm attracted to an ass like this. And I'm no less attracted to it knowing that this is a stomach. If anything, it makes me more attracted to it. You know why? Because I like big women. Who are you to tell me that I have low standards because I like fat bitches? That's why there's so many closet BBW lovers, just because niggas are scared to be judged by society for their love for big women. Look, what I want y'all to take from this video is to embrace your own standards. Don't let anyone else's opinion alter your personal standards.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? It's me, Crimson. How's everybody doing today? I gotta admit, I was supposed to start this a little bit earlier.
I'm Dr. Orion Terabin.
Shut up. But just had a lot of executive dysfunction today, and I just did not want to start. Kind of in my life for the last week, just dealing with serious life issues kind of fucking sucks. And it can lead you to want to actually like not do shit or just get stuck on one particular thing. And that's what I've been kind of dealing with for the last week or so. And I didn't want to like come on stream and half-ass it. And also I've kind of been falling asleep early every day this week. And I know part of it has to do with me actually waking up so early. And so yeah, I've been it's not been a good, I'm not gonna say it's not been a good, it's been a blah week. And if you guys know, I've been without a vehicle since December, shit, and it's already March. And it's been causing some issues with me. Let's turn on the music. If you already clicked on this video, you know what we're doing. You know what we're working on. And it's something I kind of put off for a while. Why does my camera look like it has like Vaseline smeared on it? Why isn't it focused? There we go. So, yeah, I've been working on it. I stopped last stream, and as you guys know, I was working on doing kind of like a time lapse thing, but it's just one of those things where it's just like working fucking the way I did and the way I do. A lot of times I just get into my head where I just don't feel like actually I feel like accomplishing a task that may actually seem okay. I'm gonna say it like this. Like I've been really working on my city skylines. Like even right now, I have it in the background, pulling up money where I basically destroyed my city in order to unlock some achievements. So that's what I've been doing lately with that, and I finally got myself a new controller. So yeah. Um been keeping up with and their others in their streams and stuff like that. So, you know, not too much of a I haven't been like, oh my god, I don't want to do anything at all. I've been more of like sometimes you need to rest and relax and make sure that you're taken care of before you actually start shitting on the world. And besides that, I did stream Sunday and I did release a lot of videos. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm definitely gonna try to get back into streaming weekdays. It's just, guys, I will say this. Sometimes it's just fucking hard to stream during weekdays and look at a screen, especially after you've spent like 8 hours looking at the screen. And what was interesting this week, I actually had a meeting at work. And what was interesting about this meeting is that what it actually entailed. And I think this marker kind of dried out. And without getting too deep into my job and shit like that, if you've worked anything corporate, you know corporate hierarchy has a penchant for like jerking themselves raw so much. Oh, we did this good. And look, these motherfuckers try to tell us, you know, the people that interact with the data system, because I work in customer service, that the best way to resolve system issues is automation. You heard me right. The best way to solve system issues is automation. You know how your system doesn't work? It doesn't give you the information that you need. It has critical errors. Yeah, we're gonna automate that. It was the stupidest shit I heard. So stupid, in fact, that I had to speak out about it. Now I know why they're trying to figure out that they do this, but they're trying to squeeze more calls out of us per hour because they figure if they can cut down 30 seconds to a minute, then they can get more calls per hour out of the customer service. The thing they don't realize is authorization doesn't take that long when you're trying to authorize certain things with customers trying to do. So yeah, it was kind of a smack in the face. It did get some interesting news as far as kind of a change in my status as a company, but to be honest with you guys, I don't want to be there much longer than I have to. And that's kind of where I'm at with that. That's definitely kind of where I'm at with that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Just kind of like, you know how you kind of get done? You just get done. I've been done. But, this is why I need to actually start working on streaming more, because working on my art and doing this is my passion of what I want to do. And I can't exactly do that, and I get hustle culture and shit like that. Is fucking killing us. And it is a fucking dream to take your passion and turn it into something more than just your passion. And I don't doubt that. And what can actually help me out is you guys subscribing or liking. I do put out this as a podcast, not the full episode that I leave the full however long I do it on YouTube. But I also kind of like cut the segments up, things of that nature, and just put the videos out. By the way, somebody told me I need to do more shorts, and I've tried to do that. The problem with me and shorts is like I can never pick out which one is just the best thing to do and put it into a short. So I find myself doing that. So here, the reason why I'm actually coloring like this is twofold. Damn. So if you actually take a look at what I'm doing, if you actually take a look at what I'm doing, I'm actually coloring out certain parts where it's cut off. And I swear this was inspired by motherfucking Mega Man X. I'll admit that this was inspired by Mega Man X. Full stop. And maybe, yeah, I can erase that. Alright, so I want to actually get... See, I pull this and the shit pulls apart. That's always been an issue with me in these types of markers. I think the only ones that hasn't happened that with is Copic markers. Like, I can pull these apart pretty easily. There we go. I did finally get some tips from a friend of what this color can actually be and what color I can actually make it. I don't know what I'm gonna make the hands. I still got to figure that one out, but at least I have some consistency with the body. Anyway, we're gonna get to some videos in a minute. Like I said before, I've been actually playing some City Skylines Remastered, and you know what the thing about it is, I am disappointed with the City Skylines Remastered. All right, so I'm gonna say this, and this is not a review or anything like that. So I'm gonna speak about it. The City Skylines Remaster is this. They put it for like PlayStation 5 and Livebox One. I'm sorry, but Xbox One, and basically with the remaster, you have to re-unlock all of your buildings again. And if you know anything about City Skylines, you know that's some irritating shit to do. It allows you to do 25 tiles, but they made that as a fucking cheat. So they made this drawing point for you actually getting the motherfucking City Skylines a cheat. And it's just like, oh no. This is how we do it. And it's just like, they didn't even finish all the DLC for it. So there is some DLC that literally does not work for the remaster that they have to finish doing. To say it was a disappointment is just that. It is very much a disappointment. And I hope they fix it in a hot patch, in a hot fix patch update, what the fuck ever. But like, one of the main drawing points for you getting City Skylines remaster is to actually be able to do 25 tiles, because originally with the console versions you can only do 9. That shit was disappointing to say the least. Anyway, just trying to get this little bit of an edge in here. And I was always struggling with the colors. Like, I didn't want to do red and just gray because that would have looked too Ultraman-y. But yeah, I think I got it. By the way, that new Ultraman was actually pretty decent. Fuck. Okay, I can get that later. Cause if you notice, I did an error. But yeah. Let's go. Oh shit. All right, so let's actually just get into some videos.
If
So let's go ahead and just throw that shit in right now. Yep. Headphones must be engaged. All right. So let's do a segment. Before we begin this segment, I do want to say, if you can, David Goggins, we're gonna have to get into that one. Before we get into the segment, we're gonna go ahead and do the shilling. Remember, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Help me hit that 1,000 by June 1st. Every time you like, every time you comment, it leaves something for the YouTube algorithm. And oh boy, AI is trying to take over the motherfucking world. Oh shit, I just cussed in the first minute. Never mind. Anyway, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. But let's get into the video commentary. So we have okay. When I was growing up, right, I I used to read these things in the paper, like show boomer stuff, right? They were called comics. I know. Not the kind that you get from like Marvel and DC where it's comic books. No, like there were things called newspapers, and during the Sunday they would have comics. I know. It wasn't even digital, it was analog, right? And well, here there are certain comics. I was introduced to the Boondocks in the comics. Garfield was great. Beakman's World was actually in the comics. Just a few other ones. And of course, the subject of today, our good author friend, fucking Scott Adams. Now, Scott Adams has come under fire for this recent video over the weekend, last weekend, at the time of the recording. And let's hear him talk, shall we?
You know, nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me.
Says who? Scott, I need some more context, man. I need some more context. Why would you say that, dog? Why would you say that? Where? Source? I've watched this video, of course. I know he gives a source, but let's go.
According to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, you know, based on the current way things are going,
the people of the black delegations doesn't want anything to do with you, Scott. But that's a different story. Let's go.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away.
So are we gonna have another white flight? Like, what is this? White flight number 15? Like, Scott, it's been happening. Compadre, homie, my friend, dog, this has been happening. I know you're old enough to remember it because you're old as dirt. Not to mention that you married somebody that was 31 years younger than you. Oh wait, was it 30 or was it 20? Anyway, because I remember watching a clip. Remember how Andrew Tate said that he stole Scott Adams' wife? Remember that? Remember that? That is one thing that I can praise Andrew Tate for. One thing. But let's go.
Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, you know, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon.
So we're going to get back to him, my black friend. And I don't know. So here, I live in Chicago, and there is a high rate of crime in Chicago. There's no joke about it. Not as high as in some other cities, but it's a high rate of crime compared to like milk toast ass suburbs where it's nothing but poverty and boring people. But let's hear what he has to say, because he's mentioning Don Lemon.
Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when
my black friend. Let's go.
When he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's.
Now, I'm sure, like the poll, he's taking Don Lemon out of context, because the poll the poll that he's taken completely out of context is the phrase "it's okay to be white," which was a response to, you know, black pride. And we can get into the whole black pride bullshit, conversation about there are some people who are proud to be who they are, and then there are people who are supremacists. Hello, Professor Flowers, NFD. But there are people who know what it means to say the phrase "it's okay to be white." When you hear that word, when you see those signs, those are people that are counter protesting Black Lives Matter. But, fucking Dilbert, author, egghead ass, he's a MAGA Republican. He's a Trumper. So, to those people, equality feels like oppression. And I know the buzzwords, but yeah, let's go.
There. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational.
I'm sorry. When has he helped black citizens? Where is the Scott Adams College Fund? Did I miss something? Where is, and here, this is more poignant. Where is the Scott Adams Artist Grant? Where is it? I didn't hear of it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's pull it up. Let's see Scott Adams. Scott Adams Artist Grant. Doesn't look like artist grants. Doesn't look like any artist grants for Scott Adams. Okay, let's maybe this Black College Fund. Maybe that. Thurgood Marshall College Fund. No Scott Adams College Funds. Strange. Almost if you just talking shit, dog. But let's go.
Impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to Black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist.
You get called a racist for your fucking actions. Like, oh, I'm a racist, but I support Trump. I'm like, that's not how that works, dog. That's not how any of this works. You don't just get called a racist because we see somebody with a different type of melanin, so we just need to call them racist. Now, not every black person does that, and I want to clarify that because we're gonna have to go with those videos. Not every black person does that, Scott. And for you to actually think that, again, that Rasmussen, who deliberately used a white supremacist talking point, was just sharing facts, using a racist talking point. Even though we know Rasmussen, remember Rasmussen, 2020 he had Trump winning certainly. That's what Rasmussen had. But, it's not biased because reasons. But we're gonna finish this, and we're gonna kind of go to another point I want to make about this. So let's go.
That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you?
He's right. I didn't expect it today, but we saw this shit coming. Again, we saw this shit coming. Dude, you're not new. Your whole idea about this is not fucking special. You're a fucking MAGA Republican. And you think you're persecuted because I can't say what I want to say. Check this out. Check this out, homie. I can't sit up here and draw. Well, I guess I can draw titties on YouTube. I can't sit up here and draw graphic descriptions of a woman having sex on my page on YouTube. That's not censoring. That's just, hey, this is their platform and I can't do it on their platform. Now, if I was to get an art commission, you know, contact me on Twitter, of somebody getting rammed with like a fucking 16-inch dildo, and then like, yeah, of course. But I wouldn't put that on motherfucking YouTube because they have terms and conditions. They have an audience that they're trying to, you know, go to. And they're trying to make sure they can make profit and make money. And that's what happens with a lot of people. And the backlash that he's gotten to this is just fucking crazy. And I know I'm off on a tangent. Because the backlash that he's gotten to this is fucking crazy, because even other conservatives was like, dog, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that, dog. You shouldn't have said that. And he's like, what? Free speech, free speech. But, and then he grins about it. Like, dude, you ain't funny, dog. You ain't. But let's go.
But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can.
Now, what makes you think that, and this goes to a lot of different stereotypes, what makes you think that black people don't want to focus on education, you dumb fuck? What makes you think that? And what's hilarious to me is that, cool, if you think black folks don't want to focus on education, why don't you go out there and put out a I don't know, college for all, make it a you know, right, and I don't know, almost a requirement for people to get a college education in different fields. What's wrong with that? If you think that they're not focused on education, maybe you won't have to spend that much money on it. Oh wait, you know, student loan forgiveness and shit like that. But let's go.
That's my recommendation. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens.
Wait, what? What does your Pornhub history look like, dog? What are you seeing that you're seeing daily, monthly, weekly? I know I did that out of order. Videos of black people beating up non-black people. What does your history look like? Now, I know I said at the beginning of this video, for the algorithm, like, share, and subscribe. For the algorithm. But, like, dog, like, what? What are you looking up? Like, these are like some people that have so much. Oh my God, the black people. I'm scared of the black people. Oh God, let's watch Black on Pornhub. Like, dog, nobody is going around and saying like, you know what? Let's go beat up a white person. No, nobody is saying that, dog. That is not happening. But you know what is happening? you seeing videos of people being disrespected. Like the black chick that was being assaulted by the little white girl in college, and her fucking sorority stuck up for her. You see shit like that. Now, if the black girl wouldn't have been, well, if she would have been my daughter, she would have, like, I told you to stop. Hey, is the camera recording? You see that I'm asking her to stop. I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying that's what it would have happened. It would have been a situation. It definitely would have been a situation. But yeah, no, that doesn't happen, Scott. But let's continue.
I realize it's anecdotal, and it doesn't give me a.
So it's fucked up. It's based on you. It's anecdotal. So the rest of that sentence shouldn't actually exist. You dumb fuck. But let's go.
A full picture of what's happening. But every damn day I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person.
How? Where is your social media? I wish I could pull up my Twitter, but I got porn I follow on my Twitter. But what social media are you watching? Are you actually just saving these on a file like I save my porn on my PlayStation 3? Like, why? When is this coming up? Are you looking at even the same clip all the time? Because if that was the case, motherfucking Ben Shapiro will lead off with this shit every day. If that was the case, motherfucking Michael Knowles, fucking who else? Matt Walsh, they will lead off with that shit every day. Tucker Carlson, they will lead off with that shit every day. What are you watching, man? Talking about confusing porn with real life, but I mean, I'm sure there are some black people beating up a white person every day. But that's not the type of beating that's a good type of beating. All right, let's go.
I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. Right? So I quit.
All right, so here's the thing about this. And I know I want to actually tackle this from a different perspective. And we had this, and it was cathartic and fun to actually make fun of this stupid fuck. I admit it. I am not above admitting that I like fucking talking about dumb fucks. But what gets me is certain other people to borrow a phrase from a channel that I watch. You should check it out, Gin and Truth. He's pretty fucking entertaining. I saw this, and I admit it was pretty hard to get away from the it was pretty hard to get rid of away from the ubiquity of the Scott Adams clip. So I saw it. I admit that I saw it before stream, guys. I admit that I pre-watched that. Although, obviously, it's fun to be able to go back and just talk about it. But I see people like this, which I'm about to bring up for you guys. And I need you guys to understand that, one, my man, the first few sentences out of his mouth, he seemed out of touch. And what is it about people who are out of touch that record in portrait mode? But, and it's not a short. It's not a short. That's the thing. It's not a short. If it was a short, cool. YouTube Shorts have to do that. But this shit right here. Let's listen to this cat, and then you'll see why I actually brought this up. So, let's go.
Good morning, YouTubers, okay? The cartoon columnist and artist, Scott Adams, okay, has been under a lot of fire for so-called racism Mark you said about black people, okay?
So, right there, so-called racism. I'm sorry? What? What the hell are you talking about? So-called racism? So-called racism. Scott Adams was unfairly maligned for so-called racism. I don't know. I don't know what so-called racism. I heard what he said, and it was pretty bigoted and racist. So yeah, I don't think it's so-called racism. But let's see what this trash panda, I'm sorry, this person has to say. Let's go.
Okay, so that caused him losing. Well, it caused him of several newspapers dropping his comic strips, okay, over what he said. You know, I'm gonna tell you my opinion, okay? He's right.
Oh no, a black person listening and agreeing with a conservative over some bigoted shit. I wonder what his political leanings are. Let's see.
He's right what he said, okay? Number one, he's not a racist, okay? He's not talking about black people in general. He was talking about ghetto blacks.
He was literally talking about black people. You dumb fuck. He's like, let's get away from black people. He didn't say anything about ghetto. Even though that was what was implied, he didn't say anything about. No, he said get away from black people. Don't help out black people. It's bad to help out black people. This is the stupid shit. This is the fucking Candace Owenses. This is the Gothics. These are all these people that think themselves better. I didn't realize Uncle Ruckus had gone completely bald and had grew out his fucking facial hair. Well, let's go.
You saying how a lot of white people don't want to be around them? I'm going to tell you something from what I saw. Okay.
What did you
All right.
see?
Well, like what I saw personally, what I saw on a.
So why did you say what you saw? Again, no wonder you like fucking Scott Adams. All you motherfuckers use anecdotes, shit that you really ain't seen, but shit that's been fed to you. But let's go.
On the news, okay. So I do recall when I was driving a bus or trans, I see some low-class black people or black men, you call it, harassing white passengers. Okay, all right, that's the sad part. But I told him, you know, like I just told him.
So hear me out. Hear me out. Which one was it? Did you see it or didn't you see it? Is it something that you witnessed or is it a story you heard? And what's funny is this. All right, so allow me some rope to motherfucking see if I can stretch my neck out, if you get what I'm saying. If you are driving buses, chances are the people that are using your service don't have the economic ability to have a fucking car. So it's almost as if you're self-selecting for poor people because people that ride the bus have a car. And if you're in a poor area, no matter black, no matter white, no matter Hispanic, there is going to be some poverty. But go ahead, King. You know because you was Mr. Bus Driver. Let's go.
I just told him, I said, look, leave him alone, all right? But guess what? I'm calling Uncle Tom because of that. So, and also, I saw a black woman, call the Asian woman, the Asian slur, call her Chinese or that because she had things bumming to her, okay? I did talk to her about that too. I said, look, ma'am.
Look, I'm all for one of those people that maybe we shouldn't be using racial slurs to talk about other people that we don't like. I'm all for that shit. No jokes aside, I'm one of those people that, maybe we shouldn't use that C word because if you're doing with a racist undertones, then probably we shouldn't use it, because you wouldn't want somebody to use the N-word as a racial undertone to you. I'm one of those people. But this shit seems so fucking contrived. And unlike most lefties, I don't mind discounting people's life story, because I know motherfucking bus drivers, because hello, I've had to ride the bus some part of my life where they don't say shit. The only reason they say shit is because they're getting irritated. But let's see. Hold on, let's see.
All right, don't say that, because my sister-in-law is Asian. Don't do that, okay? And also, you like, have you seen the news lately, okay? Also on social media as well. How the horde of black people be attacking workers at McDonald's, okay? A group of...
Wait, what? Dude, again, this sounds selective as hell. Now, of course. No one should be attacking workers. Not at their job. And that's the stupid fucking thing to actually say and actually do. No one should be attacking the workers, because the workers who are doing their job to help support themselves, support their family. Hell, even to support a fucking habit. I mean, like, I know I have a habit of having a roof over my head, having food, you know what I'm saying? But even if it was to support a drug habit or an art habit or a YouTube habit, no one should be fucking assaulting a worker. And there's no excuse. I think some of the reasons why you see that shit, one, as somebody who works in customer service, hello, for the last 20 years, God, what am I doing with my life? A lot of it is people feel shitty. They feel like they have a shitty position in their life, and they want to actually look down on other people, be it from their job, be it from a shitty position with relationship and shit like that. But that's not exclusive to black people, you dumb fuck. Okay, let's go.
A group of them, all right? Also, a group of black girls I saw on social media up in Philadelphia harassing some Chinese ladies, okay? Who was minding their own business riding a train, okay? So, and also, low-class ghetto blacks were ambushing police officers, okay?
When I need a source, bro. I need a motherfucking source. Because you're just saying this, and it sounds like to me,
my source is that I made it the fuck up.
That's what it sounds like to me. When did that happen? Help me out. And it's just like, why are you running defense for this multi-millionaire who literally, the only thing that fucking people did was like, yo, we have a black audience and we don't want to support that shit, support him to our black audience. Why you run a defense for a multi-millionaire? And then I bet a lot of these motherfuckers who's running defense for this motherfucker did not read the motherfucking study of the reason why that phrase was actually used and how fucked up that phrase is. No, they just see, can I sing and dance for him? Can I prove how much better am I than all these other disgusting ghetto people? But let's continue.
All right. So, you know what? He's right, though. Okay. All right. So, I know there's one other incident how a group of black girls was in New York, like they were at a fast food restaurant, like they wanted some extra taco sauce, but the guy told her that you got to pay about another $1.25. Okay. You know what happened? A group of girls went on a rampage and attacked workers, tear up the stores. Okay, tear up the store, and what happened? The workers are too scared to come back. They literally put that place out of business.
Source, dog. Source. Can I have a source? Not to mention, again, is he saying that these group of black girls are inherently more dangerous or animalistic or more, I don't know, threatening than the millions of videos that we have of Karens. And I know that's a whataboutism, but for him to exclusively say all these black girls, they're dangerous. These black guys, they're dangerous. First, I need a source that what you're saying exists. I can show you Scott Adams being fucking racist. But you're too motherfucking sit back and couched in your sense of superiority to actually just address the fact that, dog, you sound stupid. You sound like you rambling, old man. That's what you sound like. But, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever. Because reasons. Because fucking reasons. That's why. But let's go.
You also saw the riots going on in 2020, how a horde of black people were destroying everything, killing people, attacking people. All right, so.
Wait, how many people died during the BLM marches? Come on, you can tell me how many people died. I'm not talking about the people that actually were, killed or assaulted by the police, because, we actually had a video where cops were arrested and prosecuted for saying they're going to go start hunting black people. How many people died? Who were the instigators of the violence? As a matter of fact, the BLM protests, how many of those were actually peaceful? Can you tell me this? Can you let me know? Of course, people like this can't. Because they're couched in their own sense of superiority. But let's go.
And I'm gonna tell you too that I see some like ghetto blacks attacking food vendors. Okay, like in my community, about a few years ago, a group of black teenagers attack a food vendor and rob him and beat him up. Okay, same thing happened up in Lancaster. A food vendor, and like he was refueling his work truck. Okay. Then what happened is the group of black.
I'm mad somebody in the back singing like, I know you're not talking bad about these people. Sorry. Let's go.
People jumped him. Okay, and took his money. All right. So I don't understand why underage people don't want to be around.
So here, are you saying they committed these problems because, like, okay, I get it. Like the 80s primed a lot of people think that people just do crime for the love of evil. Like that's the stupidest motherfucking thing that I've actually heard. We're doing it for the love of evil. Like, no, you dumb fuck. Most people commit crimes because, one, they think that that's the only way they can get out the situation, and two, they're fucking poor. But go ahead, King. You got your motherfucking you got your antidotes. And remember, as who was that Lauren Chan that says antidotes are the singularity of data. God damn it, work. Let's go.
Around us black folks because a few buttholes is ruining for everybody else. Okay, so before you attack Scott, okay, for what he said, okay, you gotta listen to what he has to say, all right? Because he's not racist at all, okay? There's some frustration going on with a bunch of low-class blacks who think they're entitled to start harassing people, beating people up. And then let me tell you.
So here, if I actually took, and I'm stealing this again from somebody, if I actually took all of the shit he says, if I took the transcript and you never heard his voice, you only read what his voice says, how many of you guys would think that this was a white supremacist? And that's the thing with a lot of these people who think they're better. They are uh, their station is so far above other people, even in their communities. These low class, you heard him. These ghetto, like he's so much better than these people. How many times have you actually just said, "Yo, why are you doing this? Why are you? Why are you addressing this? Why is this happening?" No, he believes his station in life is so much more superior that fuck, they're wrong. I'm not. That's what he believes. That's why he believes he says Scott Adams, because that's why he believes that Scott Adams isn't racist. Because he has a understanding that, yeah, I'm better than these people. Why should I even worry about what they say, or why should I worry about what's wrong with them? I'm better than them. And when you have that whole mentality that you're better than someone, that your station in life is so much better than what they are, you've already lost the motherfucking plot. Because if not for some things going on in your life, or as some believers may say, if not for the grace of God, you may have had their mentality too. But, trash pandas are gonna trash pandas. Anyway, I'm done with this cat. If you want to help support the channel, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. People like this just disgust me because, quite frankly, it's all about it's let's be honest, it's all about them and what they perceive. And the same with Scott Adams. Dude, a lot of these people don't realize how fortunate that they are of where they made it. And I'm not saying that people don't have, good luck. Of course people have good luck. And that's not to excuse me, I'm not saying that they don't work hard, because no, you have to work hard. I work hard all the time on my art, on my craft. And what that does is it's just like, it's literally about people who work hard also are lucky. And these people think they've made it themselves. Newsflash. If you grew up in any type of society, you haven't made it yourself. Your work may be unique to you. You may have done it, and it may be your work that you put into something. But you're no better than anybody else. Just got lucky. May have worked harder, but that hard work sometimes don't pay off. Anyway, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and all the other good stuff. We're gonna cut this segment here. God damn. I've been feeling a little bit more ranty today. I'm sorry, guys. I've been feeling a little bit more ranty today. I've been trying to stay on topic, of course, but I will say this. I was supposed to start streaming earlier, and one of the reasons why I didn't, and I'm sorry. I was watching like a lot of shit. Just introducing myself to a few new creators that just new things, and just enjoying like my day off, because having a day off is so motherfucking good and motherfucking fun. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the clip, at the beginning of the show, the whole working 4 days a week without a loss in pay. People think I'm joking when I mention that. It's just like, no, motherfucker, like y'all have no idea of how much that actually would help so many people. Things that they can actually get to, ways they can actually take care of themselves. Y'all motherfuckers have no idea. No idea. And I don't know. I think it's been time for us to evaluate like how we how our attitude towards work. Well, this is turning out really well. I can't wait till I put this all together. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go check something. Hold on. All right, I'm back, guys.
And I find it interesting that the quote unquote innocent questions.
Oh, let's see something. Just looking at my video list that I have to go through. I don't think I did this video.
Hello and welcome. In this
I think, okay, let me actually just check. Let me check something. I don't think I did this video, but I want to actually check. Oh God, because like, I don't want to do a video I've done more than one time. Just pulling up some shit. Okay. Show all. Okay, whew. I didn't do this one. It was been on my list to actually do, but I haven't did it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just pulling up a video. Anyway, guys, what do you think of the art so far? I been trying to just I don't know. I finally settled on the blue color. So I hope it actually looks well. I hope it turns out well. I don't know if you guys actually seen the original picture. I think I showed it last time, but let's see if I can actually show the original picture now. this is the original picture. Yeah, no, that was something different. This is the original picture, guys. So, I'm trying to do something a little bit different than this. Obviously, it's a little bit different now. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to see if I can just have improved my skills that I've had. So yeah, especially since as far as coloring. I don't know if I'll call this like the cyborg, more. I don't know. Obviously I'm making some change to the art. So yeah. And I think I told this story the last time. I think I made it purple last time, simply put, because I had so much purple. I literally had so much purple that I was like, okay, I gotta make it a color. Let's make it purple. Because one of the things that happened when you actually use like a lot of markers, especially if you have like a favorite color, you tend to run out of a lot of the markers, and you don't want to keep buying the same thing and actually using like markers after markers, and you have like 4 of the same kind, same color, because you realize you haven't been using it that much. And that's how I got the whole purple thing. So anyway, all right, so let's get to another. Let me take another picture, and then we're gonna get to another video. All right, cool. Oh God. Close out. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers for YouTube by June 1st. Help me out. We're about 150 158 59 away. If you can actually help me out by when you watch this video, hit that like and subscribe. It'd actually help me out a ton. And with that being said, also, if you want to help out the channel, the Patreon link is in the description. You can DM me on Twitter, where you can actually purchase art commissions like the one I'm working on now. Even though it's our own personal commissions, hit me up and we can actually looking at some of my other art that I have. That being said, let's get into the trash fire. So, as somebody who's ethically non-monogamous, yes, I deal in a poly community, and well, the bastardization of some of the stuff that I see kind of gets me, because a lot of these people who have a lot of people incorrectly think that people use polyamory as just a way of just getting sex out of nowhere. It's not about, oh, I want to fuck somebody to make sure that I can get the best or the best of the best of the best. No, it's literally a relationship type, and it's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. There are some people that it doesn't work for. Some people can be in a relationship with somebody who is monogamous but they're polyamorous. Some people can actually be polyamorous and play the role of monogamy. It is something that can actually happen. It is not unheard of. If it depends on what your conversation and your relationship boundaries are with your partner or partners. I see a lot of people actually shitting on it, and a lot of these people are just so. The people who say it's not their style, that's one thing. But the people who says no, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Did you know it was bad? It was bad. It is bad. It is bad. A lot of those people are well, let's just face it. They're dealing with a lot of insecurities. Now, I saw this pop up because my algorithm is fucked because I see a lot of bullshit, but maybe this isn't a video where I may have the wrong idea about what's going on. But to be fair, when a video says women are making society polygamous, the surprising consequence of female success, I tend to treat this as a little bit suspect. But you guys be the judge, and let me know if I'm being too harsh on the motherfucker. Why does he look like Alexander Grace, looking directly into the camera? You need to pay attention to me. Like, oh, dude, stop, back up. I don't know you that way. Let's go.
And this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology.
Let's go.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is Women Are Making Society Polygamous. Now, this is obviously a very provocative title, but that doesn't...
Okay, so he recognizes that this is a provocative title. And again, maybe I'm incorrect in my suspicion of it being reactionary. Let's see.
Necessarily mean that it isn't true, and I hope to back it up with some evidence and arguments in this episode. I will say at the outset that I don't think this movement is intentional. That is, I don't think that women are consciously attempting to accomplish this purpose. This is an epiphenomenon that emerges out of the data en masse.
I'm sorry. He says he's a doctor, right? But it without conscious. Wait, is there a study? Is there a study? Licensed psychologist in the state of California. We're gonna have to look into that. Let's go.
Kind of like how a wave emerges out of the movements of individual particles, none of which are particularly wave-like. None of the molecules has any awareness that it is contributing to the wave, but the wave arises out of the molecules nonetheless. This is the mystery.
So here, I understand about particle physics a little bit. Why are you bringing up particle physics and the two-slit dilemma? Like, God, like, why are you bringing this up? Just talk to us about your principle. Have that conversation. Instead of trying to give us a fucking physics lesson. Is that physics? Particle physics, yeah. Instead of trying to do that, instead of trying to use that as a way of backing up your hypothesis that you're having, because this is just an hypothesis, tell us about why you're finding this. Come on, you just spent a minute talking about this. Let's go.
Surrounding individuals and populations. The two are obviously connected, but it's impossible to see how unless you take a wide enough vantage. And of course, before I lay out my arguments, please be sure to like this episode and subscribe to this channel. It takes less than a second, costs you nothing, and it's also a way for you to be a part of something much larger than yourself. So, do the thing. Now, to understand why this is happening, why women are making society polygamous, you have to first understand that women today are absolutely crushing it While there was a gender gap that clearly favored men 50 years ago, we now have a gender gap that clearly favors women.
In what way? There's still a pay gap. Yes, it may not be 80 cents to a dollar, but it's still a pay gap. In what way? Please enlighten us.
And in many domains, the size of this gender gap is larger than the size of the gender gap that we had a half century ago. Probably for the first time in human history, in most Western societies, childless women under 30 are earning more than...
Now, here's the thing. First, listen to all that caveat. In history, in Western society, the system of capitalism is only about 200 or 300 years old. And no, it's not but my capitalism. But dude, like, stop making it seem like it's some big sea change in the grandness of human history. No, dog, this is literally a economic system that is that is younger than some other fucking... do I want to say schools of thought or philosophies? Yeah, philosophies. Capitalism is actually an economic philosophy that is not that old compared to some of the other things that we have now. Why does it seem like it's a big deal when you make a system where everybody needs to work and the people that don't have responsibilities to child care or to family member care are starting to make more money? And I don't know, it's something about service economies versus manufacturing economies that when you have more people in those service economies, when manufacturing and manufacturing is going away, of course. But all right, let's go.
Than childless men under 30. Women are graduating from high school, from college, from postgraduate institutions at a significantly higher rate than men. In fact, at a nearly 2-to-1 ratio. They are doing very well. So, hooray, women. That said, all this success does come with an unintended consequence with respect to the dating market. And before the women complain, well, who cares about dating? Let me just say that you should care about dating, because unless you want to go back to your father choosing your husband for you, this is pretty much the only pathway to long-term relationships.
Bitches, you should care about dating or we're gonna take that choice away from you. Wait, what? Did you just hear this shit? Wait, what? We have the American Jordan Peterson here. He just literally just made a fucking threat that yeah, unless you want your daddy to start motherfucking picking your choices, well, you know, you better learn your place. The fuck? Wow. Wow. God damn. Well, that escalated quickly. Wow. I don't know with that one. Like, dude, what the hell did you just say? Wow. Unless you want your father to go back choosing your dating partner. Okay, let's continue.
Marriage, and children.
Wait, and this presupposes that you have to be married to have children. That's what that presupposes. Yeah, let's go.
Which are things I often hear women caring about. So problems with dating will have important downstream consequences. So what is the unintended consequence? In order to understand it, you first have to appreciate that women tend to date hypergamously. For those of you who have never heard this term before, hypergamy is the tendency to date across and up status hierarchies.
yes, that was a trend when women first couldn't get fucking jobs or credit cards of their fucking own. You know that situation is changing, right? These motherfuckers. You know that there are women who would actually date guys who don't have the same level of income or have a lower level of income. You know that's a thing that happens. Now, if you're talking about college educated people, it's a little bit of a difference. But there are people who, I don't know, are dirt poor that are guys that are dating women who are dirt poor as well. That's a thing that happens, dog. I can't understand these people. I can't understand these people. Let's go.
To put it simply, women want a man who is at least as good as her, if not better. And better, of course, is how women choose to define it, because it's for the cat to decide which milk is good. However, with respect to some very obvious metrics, women tend to marry men who are older, taller, stronger, higher status, and higher earning.
And I'm sure because he is a licensed psychologist, as he states, even though we don't have any reference of that, he's just stating it. He's stating this as fact. It's one of those whole arguments from authority type things where it's like, regardless of the fact that I may be putting my own personal beliefs in it, it seems as if I'm an authority because I have a PhD behind my name. And no, that's dog, that until, and it could very well be that was a trend that was happening, and I'm not discounting that, but to overall and say that, and you know what, and maybe I'm kind of jumping the gun because it's the way he's presenting it, it's almost as if that it is a it goes unquestioned, and it's never happened any other way. And you know, okay, let's go.
And here's the rub. If women are outperforming most men, and women continue to date hypergamously, then voila. You have an increasingly shrinking pool of men that the majority of women would even consider as candidates for dating and mating. And that's bad for...
See, and this is where I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. My lived experience, so many other people's lived experience, just discounts that. And I hate to say it like this, but that's a middle class problem. It is such a middle class problem. It's such a, you need to climb higher up on the social ladder problem that, again, it's like these people never ran into poor people or people who aren't middle class. They're just the working class. It's as if these people, and then they want to say, oh, you're, as Andrew Tate put it, you're a brokey. And it's just like, do you know what have you met a real person? Or are you just looking at the data and building your narrative around it? But let's go.
For women, because fewer eligible men significantly increases the intra-sex competition for a dwindling pool of potential mates. And it's also bad for most men because most men are just flat out being disqualified from the sexual marketplace. On the other hand,
it's not a fucking marketplace. This is the shit that pisses me off. It's not a marketplace. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If you're looking at it as some kind of competition, as some kind of game, as some type of, I need to win, I need to get this bitch to like me so I can stick my dick. Like, no, you already have lost the fucking plot. If that's what you're looking at it as, that, hey, I need to make it where this person, I'm tricking this person into getting in a relationship with me. And let's be honest, a lot of these guys, the only reason why they want a relationship is because they don't want to be lonely, but they don't want to keep trying. And you excuse me, you're already losing the fucking plot, my guy. But let's continue.
If you are a top 10% man, a top 5% man, wow, is it a time to be alive? And why is that? Because all of these beautiful, high achieving, intelligent, successful women are competing for you, one of a smaller and smaller subset of men. And the men at the top of these status hierarchies are just having a lot of sex with a lot of different women, and this phenomenon is accelerating at a fantastic rate. In the last 10 years, the number of sexual partners that the average man has had has remained the same. However, over that time, according to the General Social Survey, the number of men under 30 who had no sex in the past 10 years, and in the past year, has tripled from 10% to nearly 30%.
And this is what's kind of like really, really irritating to me about that study. A lot of people, they don't address the fact that maybe it's the economic system that we have. And I'm not going to say, oh, capitalism bad. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, one of the real reasons why, even after my divorce, I actually still made to go get my own place. Even all after the financial struggles, I still worked to make sure I have my own place. Because I wanted a place that I can have sex at. Like, and I know it seems simple and like, oh, you just want to get your dick wet. Part of my well-being, part of my Maslow's hierarchy of needs is fucking sex. I will admit that. And I was truthfully offered for me to actually, if I was struggling, I needed some place to live and move, I can move in with my parent. And no, I like having my company. I also like being able to tell my company to go home when I fucking feel like it. Most people can't afford to live alone. A lot of people can't afford to be able to support themselves living alone. And that's not just a man problem. And of course, a lot of guys are running into that issue. But that's also happening with women as well. It's just that if you're somebody that can afford to have your own place, it happens. But they never cite that. They never cite that a lot of people are having to move back on with their parents. They're never citing the fact that wages have been stagnating. They just have it as all these women are being choosy and they're letting all the top G's run through them and shit like that. No, that's not. All right, let's go.
This means that one in three young men have absolutely zero presence in the sexual marketplace. On the other hand, only roughly 1 in 6 women in that age group reported the same thing. This creates a correspondence of roughly 5 women for every 4 men. And that assumes an even distribution across the remaining participants, which is absolutely not the case. The top performing men are not only having more sex with more women, they're having a lot more sex with a lot more women. So what does this mean? Well, if you put 2 and 2 together, it means that society is becoming increasingly polygamous.
I just don't get it. Okay. I have relationships with women all the time. There are times where, I struggle like 4 or 5 months where I don't, but it's easy to get in relationships, even and yeah, of course, I'm 40, and unlike most people, I actually tend to have a cutoff limit of, I tend to try not to date more than 6 years my younger. This is my thing. But I refuse to believe that the top, like, I'm somebody who's in the top 1%, because 1, I don't have the funds like that, and 2, it's just incredibly easy to, talk to somebody and, get to know them. And yeah, I admit I have my own place. And that leads me to being able to enjoy freedoms that other people don't. That's not a it's not a thing that is. A lot of these people, they just they have no place to have sex. They can't go and buy hotel rooms all the time as much as they want to. They may not have a vehicle. So yeah, these are things that are easily explained, other than women are becoming more polyamorous. No. Okay, all right, let's go.
In which a smaller and smaller subset of men are enjoying a larger share of the sexual access to all women. To put that 5-to-4 ratio another way, this means that 20% of...
And there we goes. The 80-20 rule. There we goes. Oh my God, can you please cite something other than this is what we have? Dude, and see, this is what I try to give motherfuckers. I don't try to say, oh yeah, this is a stupid right-wing ass motherfucking video, and look, let's make fun of it. But you hear the shit. You actually hear the shit when they're saying it. It's just 80-20 rule. The fuck? Dude, no. First of all, that was a meme. The actual thing of the 80-20 rule was a fucking meme. Look it up. The guy who originally came up with that rule was trying to find out about plants and shit like that, about crop yields. And y'all took it as y'all Bible, so you don't have to fucking try. But let's go.
Women under 30 are currently in a polygamous relationship, whether they're aware of it or not. This situation is not conscious or intentional, but the data back it up. And just to be clear, this is not something men are doing. This is not something that men are forcing on women.
What?
Well, in the first place, you have to remember that more men are getting less sex than they had 10 years ago. So if this is a conspiracy on the part of men, they're doing a really bad job of it. And in the second place, women are gatekeepers of sex. These women are not having sex with a smaller subset of men against their will. It's the women who are functionally voting with their feet.
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Because you just are trying to make it sound like what he's saying is this. He's trying to find the most clinical way of saying it's women are, it's just hypergamy again. It's just women, they don't like broke men, and they're going for the top G's, top G, top G, top G. At what point do you get tired of this bullshit? At what point do these guys who listen to this shit just get tired of it and say that, hey, you know what? I am the key master. I am the gatekeeper. Oh shit. At what point do these guys who listen to this, who actually hear this shit, actually have to say look, maybe if I talk to a woman and talk to her as if she's a person, maybe if I do that, maybe I can get the attention from the women that I actually want. I know, weird, strange, right? Very weird and strange. One of the things that I actually don't get about these people is just how they try to make it scientific to all of these guys that you ain't gonna have shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't gonna never have somebody that's gonna love you, and if she does love you, she's probably sleeping with 3 or 4 different guys and all that other good shit. When are they gonna really understand that these red pill guys, this red pill philosophy is literally set to make you feel bad and keep you in a bad place? You know what I say when I talk about red pill guys? be the person to other people that you want to be around. Be that person. You know what I say? Talk to people as if you are talking to a person and not just a life support system for a vagina. And you know what? Maybe, but these motherfuckers, they are literally feeding into a narrative of, bitches be hoes. Like, remember we did the whole Master of the Blue Pill disaster bullshit where he's like, even my mother and grandmother was a hoe. Like, dog, that's why you can't keep a woman. If you're having a conversation like that, will you think that somebody don't love you because they're not staying with you forever and ever? That's your problem. Well, there's your problem, dog. And I fucked up the head. Sorry. But anyway, let's let him finish this shit out.
That it's either these men or no men at all for me, thanks. And what's the likelihood that any one of these top men who now have historically unprecedented sexual access to women, what's the likelihood that one of these top men is going to exclusively commit to any one of these women?
So here's the thing. And this is what I mean about people using polygamy or polyamory as a way of excusing their terrible ass behavior. Just because somebody is a top person, a top G, does not mean they are automatically trying to get as much sex as they can. See, this is when you have that mentality, that lets me know that you've never had a real relationship. That lets me know that you personally have never had a real relationship if you think that just because you can have sex all the time mean that you want to have sex all the time. And this is somebody who was married at 21 and all that other good shit. And I literally had a relationship. If you think that because you have somebody that claims to be your girlfriend, that you will want to have sex with her all the time, that just because you're a walking, breathing guy, that you want to have sex all the time, it's laughable. That lets me know that you have never been in a relationship. It's laughable. Because all that says is, what are you talking about? I've of course hit the sex. I've hit the sex. And like no, dog. That's not how that works. That is not at all how that works. You sound like a child. But let's continue.
I would say that it becomes increasingly smaller. So this is one of the unintended consequences of women's recent success. And what are the solutions? Well, we know that there are several bad or unlikely ones, including reactionary social movements that relegate women to traditional gender roles, or asking women to date and mate with men who are less desirable to them. I mean, neither of those things is going to happen. So, to be honest, the best solution that I can come up with is to really support men. Like, to support men with at least as much vigor and enthusiasm as we currently support women.
Okay, so that's the one thing that I can actually say. Yes, of course, we should actually do support men. That's it's unarguable. We can't argue that. My problem, and yeah, my problem is that it is unfucking believable. Unbelievable that this is a thing where this motherfucker actually just made a video trying to rationalize a fucking meme, a 80-20 meme. And that, my friends, I fucking can't. Like, you have You guys have no idea of how much and how fucking stupid a lot of those memes are. I mean, like, did I lose? Wait. There we go. You guys have no idea of how fucking stupid that meme is. Like, it is just like so fucking stupid. Of just, why did my TV cut off? I pressed the wrong button. My yeah, there we go. I hope I'm still recording. There we go. I hope I'm still recording. Sorry guys, I actually hit the wrong button. There we go. But yeah, it's just so fucking like ridiculous about so much of this stuff, and it just seems like a lot of these guys are just, they've had no experience with women. They've had no experience with relationships. They only see women as just sex toys and not people. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. And as somebody, and I will admit, I'm somebody who's a demisexual. I'm a hedonist, but I need some sort of kind of like conversation, some sort of kind of connection, some sort of like just way of actually talking with people and just making sure that I can I don't know, just have some sort of connection to a woman that I'm with. That is something that I need in my life, you know? It's not something that, I don't know. It's just really weird with a lot of these people. And as Bill said, yeah, sex all the time, that does sound like, that sounds exhausting as fuck. But I guess I fear that I was right about this one. And yeah, just spent 8 minutes talking about just an 80-20 wheel. Oh my god. Like, okay, I'm just gonna put this on the screen and I want you guys to actually see this. Don't tell me it's just about making sure that men are supported. Women win this dating game, men should think twice. The part that women always leave out. Dating and attraction. No. You're using. So here, let's look up his name. Orton Tenenbaum. Let's look and see if he practices. And yeah, I'm gonna leave this section in. It's Oren. Okay. Let's see if we can actually find his okay. Psychology Today. Orm produces Psych Hacks, a short form podcast on a variety of psychological topics inspired by his clinical practices, YouTube and Spotify. If you'd like to get an idea of his approach to therapy, is a good start. Orm specializes in men's mental health. To that end, he helps men of all ages become the best versions of themselves. Oren, should it be Oren or Orion? His name, he's not cool enough to be Orion. Approach to psychology is direct, active, challenging. Yeah. Um, Psychotherapy should not be an end in itself. Using an effective time limited framework. You're your psychologist. Yes, psychotherapy should be an end. That's what you should be focusing on. Orion encourages clients to live with greater courage and facilitates growth towards individual goals. The process is compassionate, practical, and straightforward. Uh, 300. Is this an ad? This is the yellow pages of psychologist. That's what this is. Practicing 6 years. Oh, this is cute. This is fucking cute. Oh, God. If you're in California, yeah, no, this is so fucking stupid. It doesn't even look as if.
I was young.
Stop. That just seems so motherfucking Okay. Yeah, sure. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and all the other good shit, guys. Let me know what you think later, and we're gonna actually cut this video segment here. Well, I like, just because you have a PhD behind your name doesn't actually equate to you being a smart or ethical person. It's just weird that you have this shit, and I don't know what else to say. I don't fucking know what else to say. Anyway, guys, let me go check something right quick. I'll be right back. I'm still working on this piece of art. What do you guys think so far? Time to take another picture. If you haven't done so far, like the stream, guys. Like the motherfucking stream, please. Anyway, I'll be right back. What's up, guys? Sorry about that. So, I told you guys I've been working on my city skylines type bill, right? And basically, the way it's been going is I had let my city get to negative $7 million. Negative $7 million. And yeah, that was the thing that happened. And basically the way it was working is that I kind of like been letting it play in the background for the last 2 hours. Oh my god, it's been 2 hours? Holy shit. I've been letting it play in the background for the last 2 hours. And I've unlocked a lot of monuments, and that's the reason why I can do that. When you unlock your monuments, it's just a lot of shit. Just the game becomes like super easy for you. Barely an inconvenience. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. And that's what I've just been doing in the background. So yeah. And in the last 2 hours I've been letting it run, I'm back up to like 2 million plus. So that was the thing that's been happening in the background. Anyway, yeah. Let's see something. Had to grab some batteries. You know when you go around and grab batteries from different things to try to put it in remotes? Although I am pretty glad that a lot of the other things that I help other people play with, yeah, that's how we're gonna say it. Don't take batteries. At least not batteries that come out. I'm such an asshole. Damn. Is it this? It's the actual remote. Yeah, it's the remote. It's the remote itself. I'll be right back. I have to find a third remote that I have so I can actually make sure it's working properly. Anyway. Like a lot of my TVs, I actually have the same brand of TV in most all my house. Yeah. All right, so now this part is actually done where it seems pretty flat. Yeah, let's actually go to an easy one. We're gonna do an easy video right now, and this is gonna tickle my fancy in 2 different ways. All right, I know the people who are on stream have actually heard this. If you're watching the stream live, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good shit. Help me make it to the threshold of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by June 1st. It would actually help me out a lot. And yeah, that's where we're gonna go. And of course, if you want to help out the channel, you can always support the Patreon at Crimson 60620 at Patreon. It would actually go a long way to making these strings better. If I can actually have more time to work on my craft, go to art shows, and maybe transition away from corporate America, because corporate America sucks. That being said, let's talk about our good buddy, Mr. Alex Jones. Now, Alex Jones, as most of you guys know, is a Christian nationalist, kind of, sort of, and he's been recently in a little bit of hot water with some takes that he's had over the last few years. You know, about just lying, and recently Right Wing Watch or Hate Watch or whatever the fuck it is has actually come up with I don't know, in possession of his phone, so you can actually see the text message that he has, and oh boy, he is a miserable human being. And that's not just me saying it, but he's an actual miserable human being. And he's drinking all the time. He's dealing with with thoughts of his wife being unfaithful while he himself is being unfaithful, asking for blowies and suckies, and like that's something me and Alex Jones can actually agree with. When I want my penis sucked, can I get a blowy? Can I get a blowy? That's fun. It sounds immature, but when you're saying it in the right voice, some women like it. But here, we're going to listen to something that was incredibly weird to me. And I just thought I should share it with you guys. And this is not going to be a long one. This is going to be really, really short. Let's watch this video. Alex, can we talk about this? Let's go.
I've been a Christian since I was young, born again when I was younger, but been worldly, had a lot of problems. I'm not perfect. But I got to tell you, it happened to Mark Dice, it happened to me, it happened to a bunch of other people I talked to. Before you're offered a national TV show, before you're offered a major record deal, they get you in a room and they say, listen, we want you to reject Jesus Christ and pledge yourself to Lucifer.
Now, mind you, there are gospel albums. There are Christian TV shows. I don't think that Tyler Perry, the big Christian that he is somebody who's like, yeah, you need to pledge yourself to Lucifer. Even though I make unimaginably stereotypic Christian motherfucking Christian and black products, you need to pledge yourself to Lucifer. Like you pledge yourself to Darth Vader. But let's go.
And it was an off-record meeting with me when it happened. It happened twice. Mark Dice tells the story because it wasn't an off-the-record meeting. It was with the largest reality TV show production company out there. And it happened to Mark Dice. When he told me about it, I believed it because it happened to me. It's happened to Eric Muller, Mancal Muller. It's happened to a bunch of other people I know. And you're sitting there in the meeting with people in a high-rise building around an office table, and you're like, are you kidding? They're like, no, we're very serious. And we need you to reject Christ and pledge yourself to Lucifer. And I tell viewers...
So here's the thing. Most of the people that are in Hollywood, like you can actually check this out. Most Hollywood studios are owned by like Mormons and Scientologists. A brand of Christianity. Now, of course, you can have the debate, well, they're not real Christians and all that other good bullshit. Yeah, they claim to be Christians. They're a brand of Christianity. What? Okay, Alex, let's go.
There's that story, 20 years ago, and they go, that's insane. No, that really happened.
So, yeah. I personally pledge myself to Satan as a literal figure, and it allows me to be an atheist because Satanism, I follow a sect. You're introducing logic and reason. Stop that. Stop. Why should we believe anything out of Alex Jones's mouth after we have him caught on 4K saying that he hates Trump and then he goes and backtraps? I didn't say it like that. I didn't mean it like that. We have it in 4K that he lied about Sandy Hook. Why should we believe anything out of fucking Alex Jones' mouth? Why? Why? When somebody can tell me why we should do that, then I would, hey, cool. But I have questions. I have fucking questions. It is so unbelievable. Now, of course, it's off the record. Look, if you think that Satan is ruling this world, why is it that like 95% of the people that are in Congress, both houses, are motherfucking some brand of Christian? It's one atheist, one declared atheist, motherfucking goddamn Christian Cinema. And there are a few Jewish people. Bernie Sanders is Jewish. Motherfucking Joe Biden is a Catholic, a practicing Catholic. How do you think that Satan is ruling the world? Literally meaning he is from a book, aka fiction to me. And in the story, and I know this is a atheist talking point, in the story of the Garden of Eden, it wasn't even Satan. It was a literal serpent. And the serpent was the one that didn't lie. God, I'm sounding like a fucking... sounding like an atheist Reddit. But no, like quite literally, this is the stupidest shit that I've ever heard. It is so telling that Alex Jones, the man who built an empire on selling dick pills, who quite literally was supplicating himself for Roger in front of Roger fucking Stone. It's like, oh yeah, you're not gonna be mad at me, are you? You're gonna picture of my wife naked in underwear. Like, the fuck? Roger fucking Stone. Sure, Alex. Sure. I can't. I don't understand the appeal of why people watch Alex Jones. I've never watched his ass. Thank the non-existing God. I've never watched his ass. But, like, he is such a... like, why do people find him enjoyable? I get it. Stick it to the system, man. You know what? Fuck the system. You know, fuck the system. System can go kiss my ass. But his nonsense is unbelievably just like, huh? And you can tell that some of the shit is an act, because when he knows enough not to get fucking in trouble, that's why he was at January 6th, but he's like, nah, don't go in there. Don't do that. He knows enough not to be motherfucking, to make sure that he doesn't run afoul of a lot of different laws. So you know that shit. And I just don't see how he's appealing when he says shit like this. And I get it. We all have our different tastes. I know a lot of people who were former Alex Jones fans or Joe Rogan fans. And it's the same shit that I used to say about J.K. Rowling. Why? Like, or, like, some of the shit that they say is just fucked up from the beginning. I called it. And I know I caught this on stream. J.K. Rowling is a classist, racist motherfucker. Anytime you say, oh, these half These house elves, they likes what they speaking in broken English and likes to do the stuff that master wants them to do. Like, yeah, no, dog, I have issues with that. I have issues. I have so many motherfucking questions. But no, you get people that like get mad at her because she's finally getting around to the transphobia. Newsflash, like, she was already racist in classes. That's not a, it's not a question of if she's transphobic. It's a question of when she was gonna actually have that shit come out. I'm sorry, like, that was some shit that was gonna come out eventually. So I don't know. It's just like certain people, man. It's just like, y'all really gonna make me explain why I have an issue with certain people? Y'all, like, I feel like y'all should know. I feel like it should be really understood. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people miss things because of their perspective. I just know that I want names. I want names. Like, shit. I want to be like Bart Simpson in that Simpsons episode so long ago. He sold his soul and he for nothing because I don't think there's value in souls. But you know, that's just me. That's just me. Anyway, guys, this is a small video segment, a small clip. I don't know, like and subscribe. And yeah, snakes are cool, although like reptiles give me the creeps. Anyway, like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. Oh man, he said you had the pledge to save me. Nope. Oh god. I don't know. Okay. This is. I need to get something else. I'll be right back, guys. All right. I'm looking for something. Color. I need that. Definitely gonna need that. So, one of the things that I just like, this is why I wanted to get digital, is because backgrounds. Fucking need backgrounds. Need that. And you'll see why I want to get digital and why I need backgrounds. All right. So I want to kind of go on this next video, and this may take some time, so I'm going to ask you guys to work with me on this one. It's going to be one of those things where it's just like, they're both wrong. I just find this a point that I'm using to bounce off of both of them. And I may have to agree with somebody that I don't fucking like. So, yeah. And you know what? I might as well just say this. So, warning. This may be triggering. Oh God, I know this is gonna trigger my motherfucking PTSD about stupid shit. So if you are somebody who don't like seeing the screen and seeing somebody on screen which you don't agree with, just because they may be making a point and you're just so caught up with, you know, saying that they're wrong just to win an argument, one, this isn't a channel for you, because I will agree with people. I may not agree with their prescriptions for getting things right or wrong, but if somebody believes what I believe and they're right, they can be the biggest piece of shit. I'll still call them the biggest piece of shit, but if they make a correct point, then we're gonna actually address it. Also, if they're making a correct point for the wrong reason, then we can also address it. So I'm gonna say this, and well, let's get into this video. I want to let you guys know something, and I know it may be shocking, I know it may be surprising to you, but I'm a black guy. Hi, I'm black. Been black for 41 years now. Wasn't really a choice. I was born this way, and you know, kind of had to live with it for a while. And well, quite frankly, you know, are there parts of my history that I'm proud of? Yes. Part of my history, heritage that I'm proud of? Yes. Do I think that there can be some things that change and all that other good shit? Yes, yes, yes. Do I have a history of living in a city where there's a lot of segregation and racism? Yes. All of these things. All of these things. And I think there is value in understanding people's background, understanding where people come from. I think there's a lot of value in that. That being said, my first few minutes of watching this, and I did watch a minute or so, I kind of was fucking upset because this happened. Let's go.
This other guy, Destiny, he has a fetishization for black women.
Oh my God, you're not the grandstand. Don't grandstand for 20 minutes.
If we know anything about Destiny, the piece of shit that he is, and it's kind of harsh for me to say he's a piece of shit. He's not a piece of shit. He's just a spiteful person that does a lot of his politics based on spite. He is not somebody that fetishizes black people. You can say he fetishizes being right. You can he fetishizes being a dick. You can say he fetishizes spite. But to him, it's, I mean, like he's pan. It really doesn't matter with him on those issues. But let's go.
Would you say the same thing to a white person that says they will only date white people? That sounds like such a depressing way to pick a relationship. It's like, I'm imagining like if we were to go by
I'm not depressed.
If we were going
I'm
by
not depressed.
if we were
black
going
women.
That's not what he said. I know Prime actually has his debate panels, and I know in the competition between him and Hippy Dippy, Prime actually won that handily. Part of that is because Dylan just moved on to different shit, and start covering Ukraine and more global politics. But my man wasn't ready for this. He wasn't ready for the big times. But let's go, and we can actually go on from there.
I love black people and I love my people. I'm not depressed at all. Thank you.
Okay, I mean, I've heard a lot of white people say they love white people and they only want to be with white people. But we can argue whether or not there's a difference. I'm just saying, like, the idea of like identifying like your love interest with like a struggle sounds like such an unbelievably sad way to pick a relationship. Like,
yeah, oh God, and this is what I mean. This is so fucking triggering me because he's actually right. Hey, why should I date you? We went through the same struggle. No. I'm not saying what we can relate to different things. Cool. But why should I date you? We went through the same struggle. You may not have went through the exact same struggle. Because we share this one characteristic. Well, I dealt with it this way. You're dealing with it how? Everybody deals with it the same way. All right, let's go.
Like, I'm trying to imagine applying this to. That is what I interpret from it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, that's why I'm speaking right now. Yeah. So, like, if we were to identify any other group of like people that have experienced like a struggle or a trauma, like I can't imagine telling them that like, oh, well, you should like, I think it's probably good to only date other people that have like these types of experiences. Like if you were like abused as a child, like you should only date other people that were abused as children because they're the only people that understand you. Like, I don't know, like that mentality just seems really strange to me.
True. This is fucking true. And this is some of the stupid shit that I hear. Like, okay. If you watch this channel, you know I'm not a big fan of FD Signifier. You know I'm not a big fan of it. Besides the fact that he equate being black to being poor, and he for some reason has more of a hate boner for his quote unquote white leftists than he does for like GOP. Like this is that level of just dishonesty that I fucking hate. It's disguised motherfucking, it's disguised racism. That's what it is. And I know a lot of people say, well, black people can't be racist. The fuck they can't. You know, I've heard those conversations in the background. I've heard those conversations behind closed door. Yes, the fuck they can. Now, it's not the whole reverse racism that you'll see with like people like Scott Adams, but oh, bigoted. Yeah, I've heard those conversations in the background, and they usually end with, "But it because of what they did to us." And don't get me wrong, I will never chastise somebody who's been a victim of a crime or hatred of the person that committed the atrocity to him. No. How am I going to tell you not to forgive your fucking attacker? No. But when you move it to all of those people are like that, that loses credibility on my argument that not all black people. When you start saying that all those people are like that, I start losing credibility on my argument of not all black people, because you hand them that argument. But let's go. I'm getting off in the weeds.
That's petty, and you're petty.
It is.
What is petty?
Let me respond really quickly. It's an intellectual understanding that a person that's going to be able to recognize my experience and the thing that I'm going through and the thing that my children and my progeny will be going through, that person is going to probably be someone who has experienced it themselves. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be looking for a person who's bogged down by the system, because
yes, you will want somebody, if you want to start a life with, to understand the parts of your life that you've probably dealt with. Yes, that is absolutely true. That is something that is undeniably true, that, hey, I want somebody to understand where I'm coming from. I get it. But you tell me what person that can actually understand 100% of where you're coming from. It's a fucking crutch. Just say you like this particular person. You're turned on by this person. Your sexual awakening happened with people like this. Say that. But don't try to couch it in, well, my struggle was this, so they can understand my struggle. But let's continue.
Because I also believe in the ability of the individual to rise above the system that is designed to oppress them. And I don't think, I'm not going to advocate for, just everyone pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. But what I will say is, I'm going to look for a person who also, while recognizing the struggle that we're going through, also recognizes that we have a responsibility to embed the drive to thrive in our children. And that drive to thrive is not going to be something that's passive. It has to be aggressive, because the system is aggressively working against us. Again.
Okay, but what does that have to do anything at all with you dating one particular race of person? I don't get that part. What does that have anything at all to do with that? What does that have anything at all? Anything at all to do with that? It, again, just sounds like a fucking excuse. But let's go.
Again, this is not depression.
Yeah, but none of these things are unique to black people, right? I'm sure you can find white people.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. No, they're absolutely not. What are you talking about?
Come on, Destiny. No, don't do that. No.
The degree of marginalization that African Americans have experienced in this country.
Chattel slavery.
What? Hold it. First of all, no one here is a chattel slave, so I don't know why the fuck you're bringing that up. Number one, okay? Number two.
So this is one part where Destiny gets his spiteful confrontation about. Dude, I get that. No, fuck. Dude, he did say something that was... When you hear somebody say that is not black, it comes off as just get over it. And he knows that. He fucking knows that. Destiny knows that. He's smart enough to know that. Right now, he's poking the fucking bear. That's what he's doing right now. He's poking the motherfucking bear. Because how dare you fucking challenge me? I'm going to say something that's going to piss you off. Now, is it racist coming from Destiny? No. He's just being a dick. And we can actually say that. He's just being a dick. But I'm sorry, like, it was in response to somebody say, but white people did chattel slavery. Yeah, dog. They did in the past. And you know what? If you still think that every white person would keep you as a chattel slave, some of your misconceptions are showing. But let's continue.
Oh, Shep. Go
Watch your
ahead.
tone.
Steven, come on. Steven.
Don't come on me. Wait, hold on. We can't have a modern day discussion about like race and dating if you're just going to screech like chattel slavery like it means anything. That has nothing to do with this conversation. All right?
I was going to say the same thing.
It very much has. It has plenty to do with the conversation, because if you want to start talking about our cultural experiences, I don't know if you're one
None
of
of you have a cultural experience. Well, I'm talking my ass. Maybe somebody here was a slave. Like, what do you
Whoa. Thank you. Great. All right. So respond to him, and then Steven, you can respond back. All right, Fanatic.
I also want to respond because he came at me.
Go ahead, Fanatic.
So yeah, no. It's not. No, I'm not gonna have immediate experience, but the idea that first off, it would be my great grandmother would have that experience. It was literally only 3 generations ago for her, and I would say that they would have that experience, and that culture informed a lot of the culture today to act as if the culture that African Americans today are completely removed from the experience of slavery. And again, it's not just slavery.
So what my man's trying to make, the point he's trying to make is that Jim Crow is still fucked up. It's still fucked over a lot of black people, which is true. As I stated before in the previous video, my mother was alive before the Civil Rights Act passed. It was less than 60 years ago. That is fucking true. And the legacy of that shit is still around. Like, redlining is still a thing, and it may not be in legal practice, but the results of it is still there. But what does that have to do with who you are trying to date right now? Hold on, guys. Be right back. Sorry about that. I had left something on. My fault, guys. But all right, let's just go. Let's just go.
It would be the continual
and
cultural oppression. All of those things. And
of course.
So all those things are very, very much like culturally factors.
Yeah, of course they are. Sure. The idea that it's like, that is like such an important thing to you, so that it's going to like inform
it is an important thing to us. It's a part of our history.
Okay, congratulations. Okay, you get applause in the chat, okay? The idea that thing would be so important to you that's...
See, shit like that. Shit like that is what makes it seem like you're being disrespectful, because it like, seriously, he just shit like that makes it just seems like he's disrespectful to black people. Now, here's the problem that a lot of people won't pay attention to, that he gets clipped out of context for. And I'm not a Destiny defender. I think he's a spiteful piece of shit that lets his politics actually lets his spite dictate his politics in a lot of cases. So his anger outruns his good thinking. But what part of, okay, I'm gonna say it like this. The fact that he's discouraging it, he's like discounting what he's saying, is a problem. Yes, it is a big fucking problem. And it should be seen as like, no, dude, just stop trying to discount what somebody's saying. What gets me about these guys is they're making their hurt their identity. They're making their pain their identity. And as much as the guy said, oh, I think somebody should overcome that. Like, no, dog. If I connect with somebody over liking anime, if I connect with somebody over politics, then I can also teach them about my lived experience. But a lot of these guys are just saying, no, I just want a black chick because she understands the struggle, and then we need to build our empire like some king and queen. And okay, I'm coming at it a bias because I think that shit is stupid to say we need to build an empire like this. I just think that maybe we should look at, trying to build a friendship and relationship with the person that you're with, and thank you with. But it's just like, these are the same people that we were kings type shit, but I don't know, maybe they're not leftists, and that if they're reactionaries, maybe that's a way of getting it to them. But I see it as like, I want my daughter to grow up in a place where, and I hate to say it like this, but you know how they say liberal colorblindness? That's what I want out of my fucking out of my legacy, if you want to put it that way. I want to have it where people just go around and say, hey, did you know Jim was gay? And somebody responds like, why does that matter to you? Somebody to look at them like, I didn't know and I don't care. Hey, did you know that Ken was transitioning to Karen? And that person responds like, yeah, and why is it? It's weird that somebody brings it up. It's weird. I want us to live in a place where it's weird that people bring up somebody's identity to try to like shock. Now don't get me wrong. I do think that we should address historical wrongs that people have done, people have had to suffer through, or have a understanding of socioeconomic issues that we are dealing with right now. I think we should actually address that. But a lot of these people, they don't want that. They want to use their identity as a club to show that I'm right. That's what they want. It's the same that you get with the woke skulls and shit like that. No, because of my identity, I'm always right. And it's just like, no. But let's continue with this. Let's continue.
That's going to be like one of the defining and like one of the lines that you draw around people you date just comes off as so incredibly unbelievable to me.
I would say that way if that was the only thing. Sure, I would agree with you. If my only criteria was just it has to be
no. Not hold on. Hold on. I'm not saying that that's your only.
And so there's a straw man, and yeah, that he didn't say that. He definitely didn't say that. But let's hear the rest of this out. God, I fucking hate that I'm agreeing with Destiny on some points. Let's go.
only criteria. I'm saying that if that would be a line for you. So for instance, if you were to tell me every single thing that you just said, and you said, that's why I think it would be like really nice if I had a partner that also shared this perspective, then yeah, I would agree with you. But if you're gonna tell me this is a line, I think I absolutely need to date a black person, and anybody that's not black is automatically not even considered a dating partner because they don't have that perspective, that's the thing that I'm attacking. I just think that's like a really extreme and kind of sad way to approach both your life and relationship.
What did he just say? Is not for you to understand. Now, if you were to say that's just my personal preference, get it. But the fact that you say is not for you to understand, you can't understand. That kind of like is alarming. That's kind of alarming as hell, because at that point, you're not being and it is funny because you see this a lot with like reactionaries. They would couch themselves in, but I'm an individual. However, they retreat back to, oh, group is important. And it's just like, no, that's not how that works. You know I've said it. You know what I look for in a dating partner? A big titty goth chick that likes anime. Notice I didn't say black. Notice I didn't say white. Notice that I didn't say Asian. I said goth. And the whole goth aesthetic of, not frilly and shit like that. But a lot of these people, and I get it, like, you want to sound like because they know the struggle. What gets me is this. Just say, because I had my sexual awakening with this particular type of person, then now I like that particular type of person. I would give you more leeway, just like, yeah, I like big booties and shit like that. Say that. But to say like, oh, they need to know my struggle, so you're saying that you won't date a rich black chick? Oh, and you would be okay with a white person saying that too. You like, it's stupid to the point of just say that's what I like. Just say that's what I like. Because when you're coming up with these stupid ass reasons, these stupid ass excuses, it makes you sound worse. But let's continue.
Dang. Not for you to understand.
Legendary. Legendary, you want to say something? That's not.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not for him to understand. You can't understand it.
Would you say the same thing?
Why can't he understand it? Just why? Just help me out. Why can't he understand it? Can you explain why? Please tell me why. Why can't he understand it? You're not going to explain why. Because you want to sit in and couch it in, oh, this person is just saying he's being insensitive. But dog, you're sounding like a racist. Essentialism, exactly.
Would you say would you say the same thing to a white person that says they will only date white people?
No,
oh, at least one was honest. At least one was honest. And now we get the Scott Adams. Black people just need to stay away from. We got the black Scott Adams. You just need to get away from white people. But let's continue.
Wait, I just want to hear. Wait, he said,
that's their business. That's fine.
Okay, so personally, I'm a fan of not going back to the segregated dating, but I mean, at least you're consistent.
Yeah, I'm sure because you probably fetishize black women.
I don't fetishize.
Where the fuck do you get that from? And this goes to that stinger, like, if you feel like you need to date black women, then you must fetishize them. What in your ever fucking loving life thinks that Destiny fetishizes anybody but himself. I'm sorry. On his wedding day, he was tweeting to show how much he was still connected to the internet. Why do you think he fetishizes anybody but himself? Or was it his wedding day? Or was it Thanksgiving? It was one of the ones that Destiny kind of like accused Jake of. I mean, that Jake accused Destiny of. Everybody is looking like, you dumb fuck. But let's go. Besides, he probably masturbates to his first favorite is himself. His second favorite is, let's be honest, Vash. And then his third favorite is Hassan. So yeah, those are his top 3 people that he masturbates to. And then fourth is his wife. And then, yeah, anyway, let's go.
First of all, if anybody's fetishizing black women here, it's you. No, first of all, you have no fun. We don't know.
Talk about why is that so important? Yeah, history. Why is that so important?
You're the one in here saying you wouldn't date any.
So wait, what? This is the stupidest shit that I've heard. Oh my god, this is stupid shit that I heard. Let's go.
Anybody that's not black. So if anybody's fetishizing black people here, it's you, my dude.
How can I fetishize something that's a part that's that's my counterpart?
It's called.
Wait. Stop. Fucking stop. For one, no woman is your fucking counterpart. You dumb, possessive piece of shit. You should have count yourself lucky that somebody will want to be with your ass. Somebody will take the time out of their precious limited amount of time here on this earth. They are not your counterpart. You're not entitled to a black woman, you dumb fuck. How fucking dare you? I can't fetishize my counterpart. You don't have a fucking counterpart. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's go.
It's called self-love or self-lust. It's called self-lust. That's what it's called.
Oh God, I want to jump in here so bad, but I'm gonna let other people. I'm let other people do it.
If I'm a black man, I came from a black woman.
It's called self-lust.
First of all, just because you're a black man.
What? You're a black man, so you came from a black woman. So your counterpart is black. Dude, it sounds like you have an Oedipus complex. It sounds like you have an Oedipus complex. How? How do you say that? It sounds like you have an Oedipus complex. Do you want to fuck your mother? Do you want to fuck your mother? I'm sorry, dog. Okay, let's go.
Man doesn't mean you came from a black woman. Okay, that's a weird thing to say, right? We acknowledge. I don't know if mixed race people don't exist here. I don't know what the fuck panel. I know it said all black everything, but I didn't know we were that extreme.
I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me, Destiny. I came from a black woman.
Yeah, he said he didn't say all men come from.
Okay, well, is that like a justification for only dating black people?
Hold on, wait. I wanted to ask Destiny. So Destiny, like, you can. I assume you agree. I'm asking you this in a way, but I assume you agree. You agree that black people have a unique experience here in America today, right?
You won't agree to that.
I mean,
wait, what? Wait. Yes, we all agree. We all agree. I shudder to think where this is going. We all agree. Hold on, I'm cooking my dinner. That's why I keep taking breaks. I'll be right back. Wow, I'm back. Dinner's gonna be awesome, but I date women. Race is not even a natural. For these people, it is. It has to be for them because they don't have any other identity. And you know what? My whole thing is this. I know I'm black. It is something that I've had the history of living with. I've had the history of my family living with. But that's not my identity. And I know Shark actually caught some shit for this shit recently too. It's not my identity. It's part of who I am. It's part of my background. But I'm not blackity black, blackity black. Do I see things from a black perspective, an urban black perspective? Yes. But if it's my personality, then I need to work on something else, being more than just that. But let's continue.
Of course I will. What the fuck? But I mean, like, it depends on it depends on what you mean by unique. If you're saying so unique that like literally like no other person can understand or relate to any part of like what you did, like I mean, it depends on how unique you mean.
No. I think you understand this. Wait, Destiny, wait. No, Destiny is smart. No, Destiny, I won't give you this out. You understand exactly. This is a conservative. Wait, this is a conservative Destiny coming out. Destiny, you understand what I'm saying?
No, this is not conservative. This is
See, fuck. Why do I have to wait? Because you disagree with somebody, then you're conservative, then you hate them. I disagree with people all the time. And it's not because they're conservative. No, it's because they're fucking wrong. And you know he didn't want to say conservative. It was another word, shorter word, that starts with an R that he wanted to say. You know that's what it was. Because you won't let me run roughshod over the shit I want to say. Oh, you're being conservative, Destiny. No, you're just making a stupid fucking point. But let's continue.
Just I can't believe that left-leaning people are arguing against interracial dating. So that's the Destiny that's coming out right now. Okay, but go ahead.
No. So first off, I agree with dating. I agree with dating outside of race, but I don't like how it's demonized. The idea that people that do want to date inside race, I don't like that idea. So what I'm saying, hold on, wait, let me talk. So what I'm saying is that the experience that black people have in this country is very unique. So when you're going to have a black child, what Fanatic is saying, and what I would argue, even though I don't hold this view, I could argue this because I can see that it's coherent. I would want to have a spouse that could identify, relate, and give advice, blah blah blah, on the experiences that my progeny is gonna experience. And maybe that's
that kid. I mean, that's great that you say that, but like another.
Okay, so I get it. I get the whole thing. Like he said, I get where they're coming from, and you know what? If I ever reproduce again, God, that'd be fucked up. If I ever reproduce again, I wouldn't care. It'd be with whatever partner I'm with. But the whole thing of she needs to be black. She needs to understand the struggle. One, I think it's intellectually lazy. And I'll tell you why. If you are with somebody that you feel that they don't, you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to share not Herculean amounts of empathy, because if you're doing that, then it's stupid. But if you're dating somebody and you feel that, no, I shouldn't have to tell somebody, they should just know who I am. They should just understand me 100%. That whole romanticism bullshit. Fuck you. Nobody knows you completely. Not even you knowing yourself. And quite frankly, it shows a lack of what you think human empathy is. And that's more insulting than anything. If you think that somebody has to know exactly your struggle in order to understand you and love you, and actually have to teach your kids to fucking stand up strong and stand up tall, one, that's a conservative way of thinking, that people are just gonna be that way, and they just think, oh no, you need to know exactly what I'm going through in order to fucking deal with the shit that I'm dealing with. That's a conservative way of thinking. But two, it's just sad. It's just sad. And you know what? Maybe you aren't a person that should be getting in a relationship if you think that somebody won't have empathy about what you're doing, about you and your life and your experiences. Maybe it's what I tell the incels all the time. Maybe it's the people that you're going after. But let's continue.
How could you teach a little black girl what it is to be pulled over by the cops?
How could you teach a little black girl? Wait, hold on, shut the fuck up. How could you teach? No, hold on. How could you teach a little black girl anything when you're a man? Like, what do you mean? There's going to be tons of things that you can't teach your particular child about, right? This is why you have like partners that complement your strengths and weaknesses.
You don't
like
answer questions, you just ask more questions and responses to the questions.
He's explaining.
I can answer the question. The question is, you probably listen to other black.
Did he just say you ask a question, answer a question with a question in the middle of him explaining what? Did he? Wait, I'm sorry. This level of just ignorance is not a representation of quote unquote people that can go on debate platforms and have this conversation. He's not a representation of that. I'm sorry. I maybe it's because I'm an old man. I'm 41, and I have to deal with shit like bills and responsibilities and shit like that. I don't get invited on these panels. It's weird to me, but no, dog, no. Fuck. How the Okay, let's go.
Black people's experiences, hopefully you integrate that into your worldview and then you give the best explanation you can. That's what any parent does with their child. The fact that you think that you as a parent are gonna have all the answers to your child because you have the same fucking skin color is hilariously fucking stupid to me.
Why do I have to agree with Destiny? Why? Now, to be fair and to be honest, it's because Destiny is a parent and he actually is kind of he's kind of dealing with the shit on a basis of like, no, you dumb fucks, that's not how parenting works. Because that's not how parenting works. He explained exactly what it is. But god damn, these motherfuckers have really hurt my fucking brain. Let's fucking continue.
So basically,
you're on mute for that.
Yeah, that's not the claim, Destiny. It's not the idea that we're gonna have.
Don't steel man this motherfucker's argument. I don't need you to come in here and tell me what his claim was. Okay, I'm responding directly to what he said.
First off, him and I have had all kinds of
conversations. You cannot relate to that experience. That's the point.
Your kids are gonna have tons of experiences that you can't relate to. Guess what? None of our fucking parents had any fucking idea what the fuck the internet was. That's a part of being a parent.
So Destiny, you keep stretching the argument. What you're doing is
I'm not distracting. I'm responding. Stop stealing. Oh, dude, Fanatic is triggering the fuck out of me right
now. Oh my god. I can't with these motherfuckers. I can't. Oh my god, I can't. Fucking can't. Okay. I would love to go visit us and see just how dumb we act and run the hell away. They are watching us. They are watching us, and they're like, "Nah, these motherfuckers about to blow themselves up, or let the earth take care of it," because they have literally heated up the earth. You know what? You know what's better? Unfortunately, I think we're going down the Horizon Zero Dawn timeline. If you've ever played Horizon Zero Dawn and you know the timeline of what fucking happened there, it is eerily matching up to that shit, including we may actually do the clawback, but it's gonna be some dumb fuck that's gonna think I'm gonna automate everything and automate the end of the world. But let's go.
right now.
One at a time. Holy shit, shut up. One at a time. All right, hon. Steven, you can respond to what's been said.
I already responded to it. Yeah, I'm just saying,
good.
Fnatic.
Okay,
one guy's saying something. I'm trying to respond to it. And Fnatic keeps saying, I'm not responding. I'm not talking to Fnatic. I'm talking to the other guy. I'm responding directly to what he's saying. But sorry,
go ahead. First off, it's because Legend and I have had the exact same argument. We've literally been arguing this same position. We've been talking about it for literal hours. Number one. Anyway, I'm just gonna mute Izzy. So anyway, the point is, what I'm saying is, you are stretching the argument to an entirely different place. We're not arguing, because this is my argument as well. I'm not arguing that I'm going to have every answer to every problem my daughter is going to face.
I'm not saying, no, but you are arguing. You're arguing that.
You literally
oh my God. You're about to grandstand. Don't grandstand for 20 minutes. Let's just talk exactly.
I've been talking. I haven't been able to finish one sentence. You keep interjecting. You made a really stupid statement that I'm addressing. You made the statement. You're not going to have every answer to every problem.
Can I just make my statement and you can respond? Can I make my statement so you can respond to it instead of 2 seconds?
The statement, I'm responding.
Let me tell you the statement. The statement is that I disagree. I disagree that you need to have shared racial struggles as a necessary condition to have a child together. That's what I disagree with.
Okay, and we're not making that statement.
Yes, the fuck they were. I'm sorry. Headphone users, I'm sorry. Yes, they are. That was the main argument for this. They said that, we need to make sure that this woman has the same struggles that I've had. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh, wow. God damn it. Let's go.
That you do have to have shared racial struggles in order to make a child together.
Oh, then we don't disagree on anything. Cool. Then we agree on everything.
We do disagree on, if you will let me finish the sentence, but I see it. You want to just keep talking over so no one ever gets a word in edgewise while you completely hyperbolize.
You've talked about 3 times as much.
Over and over and over again. First off,
okay. Whoa. Shut up. Everyone shut up. Stop arguing about who can talk and just talk. So get your point out.
Just let me finish.
On to other people so they can be a part of this. All right. So finish your point.
Okay, yeah, let me finish this one statement, okay? Try not to interject this one time, okay? So look, first off, the other thing you said earlier, right? I think there's a very big difference between advocating for advocating for a personal choice to date someone within your own race, and then and making the prescriptive claim that marriage should be only between people within the same race. And so I think it's
Wait, he's introducing a whole different concept. He's introducing a whole different concept. The conversation was, I'm not going to date somebody outside my race. That was the conversation. That's it. He's changing this shit because when you explain it out you may not know everything that your child goes through, but that's what human empathy is. That's what you have to learn to do. He's taking this a whole different area. Just completely different. All right, let's go.
It's really disingenuous when you take the argument back to the point and say stuff like, well, yeah, so I guess you're, I think we shouldn't go back to the 60s and arguing about, interracial marriage. That's not the argument we're making.
Is it me? Or when you realize that, yeah, you're advocating for, unless you're going to marry somebody that you don't date, unless you're going to just marry somebody just off of point, then your statement saying that I'm not going to marry somebody that, I'm not going to date somebody outside of my race. You're literally saying that I'm also not going to marry that person. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, dog. That's exactly what you're saying. Let's go.
We're not saying that this should be the case for literally everybody. This is our claim that we're justifying based off of our experiences, and I think that there's a very obvious difference there. Secondly, no, it's not about saying that I'm going to have every answer for my daughter, or my wife will have every answer for our daughter. It would be more about the idea that these specific experiences that we're talking about, we hope we happen to hold in high enough esteem that we recognize that these individual experiences are something that probably only a black woman would understand. And so because of that, and because they are so particularly important, that it would be most likely that it would make the most sense for a black person to be able to do that.
I mean, even that statement isn't necessarily true. You could go.
How could you understand that? You said that you couldn't, and you can ask other people from other cultures and get a better worldview to answer that specific question.
This is so fucking. My feelings are hurt because these dusty motherfuckers, and yeah, I call them dusty. They got called out for their argument. They got called out for their argument being stupid as shit. And now they want to play it as, nuh-uh, I didn't say that. Yes, the fuck you did. And it was always a prescription. Yes, they weren't talking about everybody. But you guys goddamn well know that if you can wave a magic wand, you wouldn't marry somebody who was outside of your race. So you may fuck them. That's what you may do. But you wouldn't marry him. And here's the thing. I actually had a conversation with one of these motherfuckers who claim to be so blackety black. You know what he called dating white women? Playing in the snow. This shit is unbelievably destructive. Now, I'm not saying that, you just can't have the reaction of, I'm turned on by this. This is how I was sexually awakened with this particular body type. But when you try to play it as like, no, it's good for the makeup of a family, you're just advocating for segregation. That's it. You're just advocating for segregation. And why the fuck should I listen to you then? But anyway, it's what, a few more minutes left. Let's go.
That I asked you.
You think if you had a kid with Candace Owens, you think she's gonna give that child a good perspective on how to deal with the cops?
Nope, I would not. But again,
so there it is. So obviously, just being black isn't the good enough qualifier for it. There's obviously something else.
Said just being black.
Yes, they did. But let's continue.
That's what I keep saying. Paraphrasing every argument because that's not the argument.
Okay, never mind. Okay, so Fanatic, I'm done. Fanatic. You can explain what you want, but I'm not talking to you anymore because the other guy is saying some real dumb shit, and then you're coming in with a totally different argument, saying like, "Oh, well, no one is saying that," when the other guy is saying that. So you can go ahead and preach. I don't know who the fuck you're talking to though. Have fun, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so sorry. Hold on. No. Well, Fanatic, let Legendary speak for himself, right?
I'm speaking for myself too.
Okay, you're not speaking for yourself. You're cutting in when I'm responding to him, trying to steel man an argument that he didn't make.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let Legendary talk for himself. So Legendary, if you have anything else to say on this, fine. And then we can move on, right, or whatever.
All I have to say is this other guy, Destiny, he has a fetishization for black women.
Oh my fucking.
Done. I don't know. I just don't know. How? How? I was that just supposed to be just a cheap shot at the end? Was that what that was supposed to be? Just a cheap shot at the end? Because that was so fucking stupid. Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what that one. That just hurts my brain so much. Like I said, granted, Destiny is a dick. And sometimes, a lot of times, he is just insensitive as shit. And he's going to say what the fuck he wants to say. But I can't defend shit like that. I can't defend a comment. Just that whole situation. I can't. It's fucking stupid. And I'm sorry, guys. look, I know not everybody has the same level of engagement that I have when it comes to people. I typically hate people for their particular actions. I try to not to associate one person with a whole group of people. And when I do think that a whole group of people think a certain way, I try to understand why they think that way. So, to me, being racist is a hard thing to understand because no, that whole group didn't do that shit to me. You did. You motherfucker did. And so, I not saying that there isn't racism. Fuck, I know people that have personal animus and everything like that, but at some point it's just like, are you really just using that to level your own insecurities, your own hostilities and shit like that towards people? And yeah, some of those people use that. And to say that I need somebody to be black in order to know the struggle. One time I had a friend told me that poor white people don't struggle. And I looked at her like she had grown a third arm. We need to stop this. Now, for immutable characteristics, we need to stop this segregation. Ideologically, no, if somebody has a dumbass idea, you fucking rhetorically cut them down. But just to say that they won't understand because they're this, maybe you shouldn't be around that particular person. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good shit. I hurt my brain. I think it's time for me to get dinner. I don't know. Oh my god, that hurt my head. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who's watched. I want to thank everybody who's, if you haven't done so already, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button and all that other good shit. Subscribe, follow, and all that. I'm gonna get me some dinner. I'm gonna try to start streaming earlier tomorrow, and maybe I can actually just have a better time. Anyway, guys, take a final look at it. I'm working on the background. Of course, I have to do the highlights. I may actually work on this tomorrow, but yeah. I think that it's coming along well, and thank you everybody who's taking the time to watch the progress on it. Yeah. Anyway,
so many people judge strictly off of look.
Wait, sorry. Remember, touch titties always with consent, and take us away.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. I'm probably afraid of that, because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy people. I have a couple things I want to ask you there. Do you really think that some of the guys that you dealt with at NBC, no names, right? Because there's lawsuits for that too, that some of these guys really want to promote racism actively, or is it a subconscious?
I just think it's part of capitalism, is to promote racism, right? In order to make things work. If you feel better because you're white and you can get a job, you use that. I mean, you know, I would.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm sorry, Jack, but shit, they say I'm white. I'm gonna use this.
Right. Absolutely.
Get this job. I'm hungry. You know, but and that separates people. So they keep people separated, and that keeps them from thinking about the real problem. That's as simple as I see it. Probably it's not that simple, but.
Now, all right. You and I are about the same age, right? We're in our mid-30s. How long is it going to take before guys who think like you, and I say guys who think like me, people who don't want to have racism in the country, people who don't want to be oppressing any minority, whatever it is, sexual, whatever minority, really get into positions of power and can change things?
You can't get in a position of power, it seems, if you think like that. It seems that the only time you get in a position of power is if you like the people that are in power. To me, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, people that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe...
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know, it just gets on you and it starts
eating. The system levels them.
Pretty soon it's all
gone. Is that
gone.
what a cesspool sounds like?
Yes.